Much self-explanatory. Just by simply clicking on the sheet, which we will go on, there's two different ways to look at it. There's the sheet view, and then there's the book view. I feel that the sheet view is much more easier to make a reservation. If you want to make a reservation, you just simply click on the slot, type in the last name and the phone number, hit enter, and just start typing in the credit card number or anything that you need in either the guest notes. Guest notes will always stay forever, and the res notes, they will disappear the next day. So if you want to make a note of someone, of who they are, for example, owner of Hyatt Hotel, then that way whenever you want to make a reservation again, it will always stay there. If you wanted to make silly notes that you don't really need to always have there all the time, for example, res increased from 6 people to 10 people by self on the date, which would be whatever date it is, and your initials. If the reservation, if you need a code for a reservation, whether it's a birthday, anniversary, graduation, or it was okayed by a manager, or if you want to send some type of dessert, send edamame, send dessert, send an extra dish, or there's a cake request or a third-party payment, these are all that we would put under res codes. If there's something that you need to know about the guests, whether they're on the wheelchair, they're a VIP, maybe they're a friend of the owner, or a friend of an employee, maybe they're vegetarian, that will always stay there as well. So guest notes and guest codes will always stay there. Guest codes and res notes will disappear on the next day. Okay, go to the floor view. This will show you all the reservations that you have for that day. So if you ever want to go over it, if you want to just have a quick view of reservations of that day, you go to the floor view. For future reservations, this is in case someone were to cancel. You simply go to add a slot and you make it for whatever time that they want it for, whatever time that you would have available that you think that they would want it for. For example, 7:30 for a party of 4, or if you ever wanted to have more, you just simply go down through here, click on 10. You don't need to put the table number, just hit save, and you start making like you're making a reservation again. And then that would be it. And just go ahead and click on your initials and then hit save. And there, he will be there. If the availability were to come up on this day, which today it's available for party of 10 at 7:30, I could go to the future list, click on change, move entry, go onto the sheet, click on the slot that you'd like to put it on, and just hit move. Instead of having to go on to the slot and remake the reservation, you can just go to the future and click on it and move it to the day that you like it for. If you're looking at the sheet view, if you're looking at another day, you can go hit today or hit tomorrow on the calendar. You just go up, down, through the year, today. Also now is just clicking is the same thing as today. You're just clicking on now. If I were on tomorrow or yesterday, I could just click now to make it quicker. If you want someone to see something for the next day, these are pop-up notes. Make sure you click on pop-up notes so that way the next day someone will be able to see it. Confirm res for Bob at 7:30. You can click that, hit save. So if you go on to tomorrow and go back to today, it'll pop up. Okay. Administrator, look at that, report. Okay, so just made a reservation. Make sure you put in your initials. Hit save. To cancel cancel, just click on status. And here you can either cancel the reservation, and I'll ask you, are you sure you want to cancel? And hit yes. Okay, reservation is canceled. Now, for the status, if the reservation is not confirmed, you just click on status and hit confirmed. Or if they're running late, you can hit on late. They're running late. These are all just the status of the reservation. Now it's confirmed. On the sheet, so it goes by the time, the max of people. The table, you don't really worry about that. And this is what's actually on the table. Status, phone number, day that it was made, and whether there's notes on the res notes or the guest notes. You'll see a red for the res notes and a yellow for the guest notes, as it shows here. So for here, the time is 7 p.m. The max that can fit on this table is 7 people, and what is actually on the table is 6 people. If you actually click on the slot, it'll show you here at the party size 6 to 7. So there's no way that you can put 4 people or 8 people here, because 4 is too little and 8 is too much. You can see here the party size here is 12 to 14. The max says 14. I mean, the minimum says 12, but you can technically fit 10, so make sure you check.
So this is how we use OpenTable during business hours. It's a touch screen, not like upstairs where it's via mouse. We use the floor usually, the floor option. We use, when we have our reservations, we seat them like that. So now the reservation is set. Okay. We utilize the floor plan by, when we seat people, we will click on 2. We click on the table that they're going to go to, and now it shows that they were sat. It shows the time they were sat at, which helps us downstairs. As well, when we assign servers later on in the night, it's going to show their server, so that they just help us out. Whenever they are on dessert, that helps us for our timing. For the next seating time to come in, we'll click on dessert. That gives us about 20 minutes for the next table to come in. When they're on check, there you go. As well as when they're done. So we can block our tables because we have some tables that are pushed together in the restaurant. Block table, as well as this table's blocked in the restaurant, block table. We use this table as a sharing communal table. We'll do walk in at 2, walk in at 2, and therefore on and on. We use this for our servers. We have all of our servers here. And then whenever we want to assign the servers to the floor for the night, we just go like that, and so on. And that will bring us to the floor. And again, like I said, you click on servers, and then that's when we assign, and we can see from there. Okay, stop. Since this reservation is coming in this evening, we write in res notes that the party will be running late. And I wrote that in res notes and not in guest notes because we're not saving this information for the guests when they return at a later date. Just for this reservation this evening, they will be running late, and that does help us out. We use the dragging function on OpenTable downstairs whenever we need to bring a reservation over to the table. If we have Shriver for 4, we would drag it over to table 50, and it would turn blue like that. And then whenever they're finished, just click done, and then that's that. You can also drag reservations back to different tables, and that's also a big help. Whenever we need to move a reservation in to another day, we can click on the name, go to change, move entry. Click over on the day that you want it to go to. So let's say I want to move it over to May 14th. Okay. Click on move, and then it's moved right there. Okay.